Hello everyone, I hope your weekend is going well. It's me, DeoGenZ, here with Pokemon of the Week. This week we plunge into the depths of the Kanto Seas to find the Oyster of Battle. It's Cloyster! And the Clamp Crusher set. Now ever since the invention of Shell Smash, Cloyster has bumped up to the overused tier. And that's easy to tell by what Shell Smash does. So what is it if you don't know? Well, it will diminish your defense by one stage, and that's defense and special defense, so be on the lookout for special sweepers. And it will raise your attack and speed by 2 stages. So for a 1-stage decrease in defense, you will get a lot more power and a lot more speed. Now combine this with its ability Skill Link, and you're linked up to be a terrifying force against dragon types. Since it's water ice, Icicle Spear is going to be a stab move, and maximizing all our effort values out on its attack, which, Icicle Spear being physical, will get that boost. You can also aid it with an Adamant Nature, or help Cloyster along in being more speedy with a Jolly Nature. But be sure the first thing you do on the field is Shell Smash, this way you have that increase in attack and in speed. Once you get that, you'll be most likely unstoppable when it comes to dealing with dragons, because Icicle Spear will be assuredly hitting 5 times, and it's 25 base damage every time an Icicle strikes. So 5 times 25, and you've got 125 base power damage, coupled with stab, boosted with nature and effort values. That's a force to be reckoned with. And now you can see why Shell Smash is such a significant move to have on this kind of Cloyster set. So what else can Skill Link assist you in? Well, Rock Blast, a rock type move that does essentially the same thing as Icicle Spear, has the potential to hit 5 times, and has a base power of each rock hitting of 25. So again, 25 times 5, 125 base, except you won't be getting any stab benefit from that, but your effort values in nature will assist in the extra boost there. Plus, this is assuming you've already done Shell Smash, so you've got all the boosting you need. And then finally Razor Shell to fill that other stab section. I've seen some people include Hydro Pump, but I don't understand why, because you most likely will get more benefit from having a physical stab move than having a special one, since you're not investing anything in special attack, and you've already got a natural affinity towards physical attack. Things you need to be very aware of with this set are alternative switch outs, things that resist Cloyster's weaknesses, so something to resist electric, grass, fighting, and rock, as well as be prepared for special tanks. When you send out Cloyster, most metagame masters will know at this point that its main attribute is physical defense, so they won't waste any time in using Thunder Punch. So be sure to raise a special sweeper on your team, otherwise this Cloyster can become a linchpin of losing rather than a victorious pearl of wonderment. Set 2 takes a slightly different approach at Cloyster and looks to maximize everything defensive. Where in the first set we were being offensive, this set is all about support. So include Toxic Spikes, Rapid Spin to get rid of the opponent's Stealth Rocks, Rock Blast and Icicle Spear to take advantage of Skill Link, and maximize out effort values of hit points and defense. It's important to attach leftovers onto this clam, this way it can keep hanging on to the field as long as it needs. And some additional moves you may want to consider to force your opponents to switch out or be dealing with drastic status changes may be Toxic, or a boost in Ice Power with Hail. Actually, Hail won't boost your Ice Power, but it will be a powerful assist to any other teammates you have that have Snow Cloak. So only use Hail if you've got that kind of team that will work around that sort of weather effect. And you can set up your own Stealth Rocks if you choose, or use Clamp to keep the opponent on the field, right where you want them. Prevent them from switching out. Now, when it comes to this set, I look on it with a bit of skepticism. Seeing how low its special defense is makes me concerned that it'll be knocked out within a couple of turns regardless of how much investment into physical defense we waste. So I would keep this clam in the background, perhaps. But then again, that really defeats its main purpose, which is to set up and support with toxic spikes, rapid spin, and things like that. Another reason I don't dig this set is that the rapid spin, which is meant to get rid of stealth rocks, will commit significant damage to Cloyster as it enters the field. So if your Cloyster holds on after stealth rocks damage, then it can use rapid spin. But why would you use that when there are so many other better rapid spinners in the OU tier that won't be hit super effectively by stealth rocks? It doesn't make much sense. But I did want to point this set out because it was one that I saw commonly used, and to me, I would really go with the more offensive set. But you know, again, that is my style. Hit them hard, hit them fast. That's what I like to do, and you know, not make it last with toxic. But if you've got a cool, intriguing battle video that uses this kind of set, be sure to post a response. And our final set for this week comes from viewer Cruddy Musician, and this is how he raises his clam. He decided to give it an impish nature, so he's maximizing out its defense. He's taking advantage of the natural affinity towards physical defense, and he's maxing out attack. So the two main stats on the base stats that are the biggest, he's maxing those out, and that does make sense from the standpoint of, you know, number maximization. However, I think he, or maybe I, who knows, may have been misunderstanding how Shell Smash goes. I don't think it matters how much defense you have. I mean, definitely it's better that you have a bulkier defense so that when you use the Shell Smash, it's not completely defenseless. But as a sweeper here, a physical sweeper using Skill Link, defense isn't going to be a big deal, and you know, especially considering the special defensive issues being more prominent with Thunderbolt and things of that nature, it won't really matter if you max out defense. Instead, I would go with maximizing speed. This way your Shell Smashes are worth every smash, so you don't have to do as many of them to get the advantage of the speed boost being quicker than your opponent. You can get straight to attacking. So I see why he would add more defensive effort values, but I think unfortunately in practice it just won't serve him well. And again, with Rapid Spin instead of the Razor Shell, I would have to disagree, because Rapid Spinners, there are so many better ones in the tier to use than this thing that you don't want to come out with Stealth Rocks on the field. Preferably when Cloyster enters the battlefield, it's cleared of spikes and Stealth Rocks because it will be affected by both. It's not poison, it's not steel, so it can get poisoned by toxic spikes, that can ruin things, and it can take a significant wallop of damage from those stealth rocks, so to have Rapid Spin is just seemingly pointless. So I would include Rock Blast or Razor Shell. But that really would point towards the first set I came up with, and I have to thank you, Cruddy Musician, for pointing this set out. If this is something that worked for you, then that's cool to see. And if you have battle footage or would like to suggest a set for next week, then take a look at what the Pokemon of the next week will be and send me a PM on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/DeoGenZ. And while you're there, maybe you can check out some of the LPs that I do. I've got Runner 2, Bit Trip Runner 2 on Steam going, Super Mario Sunshine, and Sin and Punishment Star Successor. Those are the current ones running, and remember to subscribe to Planet Poke for everything related to Pokemon. In October, we're going to get the XY walkthrough running, and it'll be exciting to see all the new Pokemon and areas we have to explore then. So be sure to subscribe now so you don't have to remember it back then, or back then in the future that we'll have. What time warp? I don't know. I'll see you next week, guys.